spoil your dad today as we celebrate Father's Day? Well, a special meal might be the perfect idea to show off your cooking skills. That could be mom or the kids. Preparing the signature meal might just cause you some extra brownie points with daddy. To give us some ideas, we've brought two minds together, not just one. It's Kenneth Ngubane, chef, he's executive chef of Jenda and SunSquare Montecasino, and Chef David Williams, who's the executive chef of Silverstar Casino. Chefs, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice
Okay,
to be on.
so for me, the big thing is, which is very, very important, is getting the right meal together, chef.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there is a right or wrong on Father's Day, or are we just used to our fathers chowing?
You know what I always say is the goalposts have moved. Fathers are more complicated now. You still get old school, and you get fathers who are more complicated. So, you know, David and myself have put in a version of the old school and a bit of a new school of the fathers.
You can just keep it a little bit closer, yeah.
Super, of what the fathers actually can have.
Yeah. Chef, when we're preparing meals, how much of it on a Father's Day, we're talking specifically Father's Day, has to be fun? Or it really depends on the man, isn't it?
Yes, I think that.
Your mic.
I think that.
Just your mic.
Oh, I think that the whole meal should be fun, basically. And you know, dads in South Africa, especially, it's brides, burgers, and it's beer. So you know what I mean, and putting your feet up.
No.
So I try to marry that all with that. And like I said, you know, I asked my kids, and I said, I'm going on morning live. What should I watch? What did you make for dad? And they all shouted, burgers. Here we go.
Okay, Chef Kenneth, let's start with you.
What I've done here is it's a salmon, Norwegian salmon. I've cooked it a bit pink because I always say salmon has to have a nice. It's nice, you enjoy it well, it's nice and pink, not 100% cooked.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the finishing off.
Yeah.
And I'm serving it with cocktail tomatoes, some call it cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to do the finishing
keep it
off
for you.
here. No, lekker, please.
Yeah.
Then what I do is I put my rocket. And then what I do here, I've got reduced balsamic. So I take normal balsamic, brown sugar, and just let it reduce on the heat slowly. And then what you do is...
Wow, that looks lovely. That looks lovely.
Gives it a bit of a shine. And it gives it complements the salmon as well. And I've got basil pesto. And you still sprinkle on top. And voila.
Okay, chef, but come on, let's be honest. You're an executive chef. You
Yeah.
studied hard to do that.
Yeah.
There are most people that don't even know. Where do we... For me, the biggest thing is not sometimes the meal, it's the presentation of the meal that's also important. Where do we find tips around presentation? What's the rule around presentation?
You know what? The goalposts have moved. If you can look now, what are the trends of doing plating? People are staying away from using the white plates. They're using more of the black plates.
Yeah.
And they're using a lot of smear. And that's a trend that is happening now. I mean, you watch all the cooking channels on TV, all these celebrity chefs.
Yeah.
That's what we do. It's more of a light meal, balanced meal. Healthy meal, obviously, because of the lifestyle that we live now. So it has to be a balanced meal at the same time. And,
That's beautiful.
yeah, I mean, again, presentation plays a part, but the main part to me is the taste.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
No, go ahead.
I often, before I come to you, Chef David, one of the things that I wonder, when you cook the main meal, how much consideration has to go into a starter and a dessert, or doesn't it matter that they don't complement each other? Would you have chocolate mousse after this?
You know what? It has to complement each other. You know, each and every meal goes with the wine.
Okay.
And I'm fortunate that I've got a good F&B manager, John Madison, who every time I design a menu, we sit down, give him my menu. He said, okay, what wines are going to actually complement the dish? So it's sort of like important, your starter, your main, and dessert, what you design your menu planning, how you design that. That can complement your meal. But again, you don't want to do a repetition in your meal. So, for example, if I use tomato in my starter, I'll stay away from using a tomato on the main course.
Okay.
So, you know, it's sort of like has to go by that.
So it's got to be one level above the other as you graduate towards that experience.
Oh, yeah.
Chef David, let's talk to you quickly.
Yep.
Your Father's Day meal, you asked your kids and they said burgers.
Burgers.
Okay, so how are we going to make an amazing burger? I often find, I've got to be honest, that people overcook the patty.
Yes, most definitely. And an amazing burger is very simple. You have to seal the meat in. Yeah, I'm doing a smash burger. So basically, what I do is I take the patty, and seal it off. And as it's cooking, I just give it a nice smash so that it comes down. It's just a technique.
I've only heard that word smash in the last couple of years. Is that a new term, smash?
It's a new thing that's in, and at Vigor and Verve, that's what we do. We smash our burgers, and this is all there at the restaurant. So we get the lines, we smash it, and and then we smash it and we eat it.
Okay, for sure. So what goes in your burger?
Basically, what I've done is I've taken a bit of an Italian theme. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
I've taken a bit of Italian theme, and I've done an Italian tomato type of compote, which I've just placed at the bottom nicely, after the bun is toasted. Added some lettuce to that, and then what I've done is the burger goes on, which is nicely medium, on top of that. And on top of that, what we do is we just add a little bit more of this, just to add some, moisture to it, that's not too dry. A little bit of sliced gherkins, which goes lovely with it. Okay, just a little bit of those. So it's very simple, very easy, very quick. Mom and the kids can do that. Some nicely thin sliced tomato.
Because, Dad's not supposed to do this.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be having a beer and waiting. And then basically that's it. We put a little bit of Emmentaler cheese on top. You could gratinate it under the grill if you want or not. Get that on top. Lovely. And then what I've done is I've done some paprika dusted potatoes, which can just be done in the oven. So you take your raw potatoes, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and some paprika on it. Couple of those on top, and fit for any dad.
Wow, that looks amazing. That's a burger.
That's a real burger. That would fill him up.
That's a burger and a half.
Okay, quickly before we wrap up, I know it's your craft. Big tip for you today if you're cooking a meal, not only for father but for the family. Big tip.
You know what? Go easy. Don't plan too much. Use whatever simplest ingredients that you can have, and I always say. Ingredients are around you. We've got all the ingredients in our country. We've got all the herbs and spices. We've got the proteins everywhere. Simplest ingredients, don't overdo it, and that's the way to go.
Chef David, big tip today, if you're going to cook?
Have fun, enjoy it, and preferably with a glass of wine will be with you.
I know we run out of time, but the rule around salt, there are people that are quite heavy-handed. Are we sparingly on salt?
You know what? We have to be sparingly on salt because once you put too much seasoning on it, you can't take it back.
Okay.
So you always get seasoning on the table as well. So.
Okay. Chefs Kenneth Ngubane, he's the executive chef of Jenda and SunSquare Montecasino, and Chef David Williams, executive chef of Silverstar Casino. These guys are cooking. If you can't cook for your dad, just go to their venues. That's even better. We're taking a break. Don't go anywhere.